सजना चले कहाँ तुम विनती करी तेरी पाँव पड़े तोरे कितना मनाया फिर भी नहीं सुनी रे छोड़ के कहाँ चले रे। घिरत रात अंधेरा डरावे लोहित मोहे रुलावे पंछी अकेला सुना है बसेरा बाट तकत तुरे आवन की छोड़ के कहाँ चले।
The erstwhile princely state of Manipur is a jewel of a land with its bounteous vistas of untrammeled beauty and ancient traditions. Set in an oval valley amongst smoky blue hills is the home of the Meitei, who dominate the populace, which is an admixture of Naga and Kuki Shin Mizo groups, amongst other colorful communities. The serenity of this pristine and isolated environs has permeated the lifestyle of these people, with a lavish hand allowing them to live for centuries in harmony. God has gifted India's northeastern region with an endless list of natural beauty. In Manipur, one such location is Loktak, a lake in the middle of the oval-shaped valley that is surrounded by smoky blue hills. How have these phomris, or circles of weeds, taken such a natural shape of a circle? These circles are a strange and mysterious shape, which makes us wonder about alien life, alien intelligence, and unidentified flying objects or UFOs, who leave their imprint as giant circles when they land, which actually no one has been able to fathom even today. Do you think these circles could be a signal of a past arrival of any kind of alien intelligence? Or is it just nature being self-protective by making a circle of weeds? And the most amazing part is the movement, which is consistent, constant, of these circles of weaver weeds, which are displacing themselves all the time with each new dawn. Not necessarily moving along with the current of the river, but probably moving sideways or behind, against the current of the river, as if being propelled by their own will. Strange, isn't it, when you think about it? The Loktak Lake is situated about 38 kilometers south of Imphal. Scientific data indicated that this lake is remnant of a wetland dating back to the middle of last glacial period. That again could be, say, about 25,000 years ago. Scientists also say that once upon a time, the entire Imphal Valley used to be a wetland or a huge lake which was fed by numerous rivers that flowed down from the encircling hills. Several rivers of the state flow into this lake. They include Nambul, Yanggoi, Takjoi, Macha, Thong Dharok, Ning Thau Khong, and Khoja. But the most amazing part of this wonderful lake is Kaibul Lamjao, a unique national park that totally comprises of the floating Phumdis. In fact, Kaibul Lamjao is the only floating national park in the entire world. As crew, we were very excited because can you imagine? We were actually traveling over Loktak Lake. The entire land that you see on which we were traveling is nothing but circles of weeds below us. It's truly a natural phenomenon. We were looking forward to go in to see what else was there besides this pristine beauty called the Loktak. What silence. And we found this was the unique habitat of the rare Sangai, the brow antler deer or the dancing deer. How beautiful they are. They were watching us in trepidation and suspicion, all ready to run, sensing danger, because we were human. There is the male, and here are the gentle females. How handsome he is, how proud, how protective of his young. Oh, I love animals. The entire lake complex is a wildlife enthusiast's dream. We next went to the Manipur Zoological Garden. And to our amazement and delight, we once again encountered the endangered species, the Sangai deer, who have been protected by the government of Manipur. They too have been kept in a natural habitat to feel as if they are free. But in reality, they are not. Animals must never be imprisoned. Freedom is their birthright. And we must do away with zoos to protect endangered species. We must allow them to be free, not to be confined. He agrees with me. And we leave them as evening creeps in, watching us from the confines of their prison, bidding us goodbye, sensing that we are friends and not their enemies. Ah, Manipur, literally meaning the land of jewels. The Manipuris proudly claim this is the jewel of India. Look around you in any direction. How do I describe this untrampled beauty? According to one legend, the discovery of Manipur was the result of the delight that gods took in dancing. Let's take a peek into the lives of the different tribal communities that live in the hills of Manipur. As we have already said, the hills of Manipur are inhabited by an admixture of Nagas and several Kuki-Shin groups. One very interesting aspect of Manipur is its distribution of population. So many little children. While more than 85% of the area of the state is hilly, the population in the hills is hardly about 15% of the total population. On the rivers, nearly 80% of the state's population live in the small valley. Going by the latest census reports, roughly 7 lakhs inhabitants of the hill districts of Manipur comprise of as many as 29 scheduled tribes. While Thankhuls and Naga tribe is the most numerous and prominent among the hill tribes here, there are also the Thadaus, Maos, Paites, Vaipihis, Kabuis, Hamas, Marangs, Merings, and so on. Most interestingly, in these beautiful Smoky Mountains, the majority Meitei population who inhabit the Imphal Valley are devout Hindus. But most of the hill tribes here are predominantly followers of the Christian faith. The tribal people have their own typical lifestyle and daily routine. The women folk, like any other community, are very hardworking as well. Every tribe, however small it may be, has its own distinct tongue, own distinct cultural and ethnological peculiarity. For the outsider, every tribal face may look similar at first glance, and so also every tribal language, but in reality it is not so. And from the pristine hills of nature, the crew entered into the museum which has been created by the government of Manipur to use as a commemoration of their heritage, culture, and art. It was a fascinating experience. Right from the headgear to the intricate, wonderful, colorful jewelry, the tiny earrings, the rings, the necklaces, all recreating a past of womanhood and male pride. Look at this warrior, belonging to a certain tribe, depicting it through his stance and his fabric. The second warrior, equally vociferous, handsome, but obviously belonging to a different tribe, which is seen through his costumes. But what unites all these separate tribes into one social fabric is the utensils which they use, the food that they eat, the customs that they follow, the rituals that they perform. And also, as we creep into the modern age, they are united in sport, education, festivity, and dance, coupled with their ancient tradition and modern education. The Manipuri has learned to have self-pride, not only in his past, but also in his present. The household work of pounding rice is what every tribal woman does with joy, not as displeasure. Music runs in the veins of the Manipuris. Whether they belong to the Brahmanical society of the Hindu or whether they emanate from tribal folklore or whether it's modern Western music through Christian influence, music is a delight in Manipur. And these very tunes ring their sound of joy through the smoky blue hills. Yes, the ancient mridang still resounds in the temples of the Hindus in Manipur. And the weapons of war, a reminder to tell us not just of destruction and aggression, but of self-protection, of self-reliance, of self-confidence. These are the qualities that set the Manipuri apart from the rest of India. A quaint combination of religion, dance, war, and peace. A very proud race. This ancient temple, dedicated to pre-Hindu Meitei god Thanjeng, is said to be the temple where the wonderful Lai Haroba dance actually originated. Even today, in the month of May, people will come here from all over the Manipur Valley in colorful traditional costumes to dance and sing before Lord Thanjeng. Manipur is also a mosaic of tradition and cultural patterns which are best represented by its rich dance forms. This is Lai Haroba, a dance form that had developed much before the major chunk of Meiteis had embraced the Hindu religion. The Manipuri dance forms can be divided into two parts. The first part is the period before the entry of Hindu culture, and the second part is the Hinduized period. The term Lai Haroba literally means the festivities of gods and is performed during the Lai Haroba festival in April, which is spring. The dance is performed before the traditional Meitei's deities, which are still worshipped in the ancient tradition, as used to before Hinduism proper came to Manipur. The peculiarity of the Lai Haroba dance is how the ancient and Hindu traditions are carried forward simultaneously. The Lai Haroba is the enactment of the drama of creation through the medium of dance and music in an extremely solemn and dignified manner. The movements are gentle, fluid, and yet convey the entire story through the mudras and through the expressions on the face. The gentility of the movements actually allows you to know that what a wrong impression one has today that the Manipuri is an aggressive person. This dance form essentially highlights the peaceful ambience in which this dance form has evolved. Peace is essentially what Manipur is about. We must never forget that.
सजना चले कहाँ तुम विनती करी तेरी पाँव पड़े तोरे कितने